Should we do some tweets?
Let's do it.
People have questions for you. All right, here we go. From C_chap2, Jeremy Hill or Doug Martin the rest of the way?
The swole mongoose, not the muscle hamster anymore, had a great game last week, over 100 yards and a touchdown, but I got to go Jeremy Hill. Yeah, he only went 9 for 40, but he did have the 3 TDs a week ago. He's trending back up again. Yeah. That trust is back after putting it on the carpet a couple of times.
I got some inside information that you may not.
Oh, feed me, Woody.
See, you should talk to me every once in a
while.
You
didn't get this from somebody.
This inside information in fantasy?
You didn't get this from somebody with a fantasy league.
Cutter, the offensive coordinator at Tampa Bay, has decided, going back and looking at Winston in college.
It's going to a no-huddle offense?
They're going to a no-huddle offense. They're going to speed up. So, okay, you got the same guy. They're going to go to a no-huddle offense, which I think leads to Doug Martin getting more yardage. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to throw them more often. It means you're going to get more plays. And as a result of that, I think that, and plus, I thought Winston, when I watched him in college, you put him in a fourth quarter situation when he just has to create. Tim Tebow, forgive me, but just create. That not operating under a system that he was a better quarterback. So that's what they're doing there. And again, I think Doug Martin's going to get good yardage out of this.
I will say this. I like the matchup this week going against the Jags. However, the Tampa Bay defense has got to play better to keep them competitive and keep Martin on the field in the second half. That's been one of the biggest issues, and it is really on the arm of Winston and him protecting the football.
Sure, but as you said, the Jags are Jags. Just another
bunch of guys, yeah.
From Mason Hublar, Duke Johnson or Charles Sims in a non-PPR league?
I love the Duke. I would go with Duke Johnson. You know, it's a difficult matchup on paper going against Baltimore. The Ravens did a really good job containing receiving running backs. They had 9 catches over 80 yards last week. Isaiah Crowell is a very average player. He's a power back. Duke, more elusive, shifty in the open field. They'll find ways to get the ball in his hands, so I'm going to go Duke over Charles.
Okay, next. From Jordan Diaz 69, is Dwayne Allen starting tonight? If so, is he worth a start?
Questionable. Haven't heard yet. We'll find out about 90 minutes before kickoff whether or not he's going to be active or inactive. So if he does play, no. No, I think it's there's a great relationship right now between Hasselbeck and Kobe Fleener. Targeted him often last week. I know Allen wasn't in the mix there, but I think Hasselbeck's going to lean on Moncrief and Fleener in this game. So for DFS purposes, I go that way, and I would not go Dwayne Allen.
So I don't like taking the gamble on Thursday night if you got alternatives for. If you feel yes, no, maybe so.
Well, here's the deal: you got to take it on a player-by-player basis.
Right.
Arian Foster, for example,
right.
Dude's going to go off tonight.
Right.
Okay, because the Colts have been my little ponies in the trenches so far this season defending the run. He got the cobwebs kicked off last week. His own lineman caused the fumble. I don't know if you guys saw that at the defender. He's got to get 20 to 25 touches.
And they don't want to have to rely on Ryan Mallett either.
Well, DeAndre Hopkins, who, you know, when Mallett does go vertical, probably going to throw it 30, 35 times tonight. There's no Vontae Davis likely for the Indianapolis Colts. The rest of that secondary is a joke with Brown and Toller. Hopkins may see 15 to 20 targets.
Really?
Something obscene. It's going to be obscene.
Wow.
It's going to be crazy. It'd be like Mike Evans 2 weeks ago when he had 17 targets. But he'll make the most of it. And here's a crazy random name. I'll throw it out. Hang on, buddy.
I want to follow up on him after you say that.
Yeah, a guy named Mumphrey. Kid out of Michigan State, wide receiver. No, he's not the banjo player Mumford & Sons. He's a wide receiver for the Texans. He's starting tonight because there's no Nate Washington, no Cecil Shorts. He could have a surprisingly good game, shocker special material.
Yeah, so the general thing, and I thought Mark brought up a good point, is that people might just want to be in play.
Right, get on the scoreboard early.
You want a little action.
Yeah.
Yeah, something to me that gives the people. It seems to me that gives the people who don't play on Thursday night an advantage because they have a lot more array of talent they can choose from. Because I would think that, again, people are saying, I just want to be in play. I want to, like gamblers. I want to bet on a game because there is a game.
Well, there's only 4 trustworthy options. And I mentioned Hopkins, Foster, Hilton, Moncrief, maybe Fleener. That's about it.
But do you compare them because they're in a game, or do you say, okay, there's not anybody out there on Sunday that I'd rather have than this bunch?
It's case by case basis. Depends what your alternatives are.
All right, great.
Let's go back here. From Joshua D. Vasquez.
Wow.
Got to start 3 in a PPR league. Pierre Garçon, Golden Tate, Martavius Bryant, VJax, or John Brown. So three out of those.
I love the extra O in Martavis there.
Go back to that last one.
Yeah, we go back to that last one because I didn't get it all memorized. I definitely like Martavis Bryant. I know Vic was kind of held under wraps last week. Only 2 attempts beyond 20 yards. One of those was that drop touchdown pass to Antonio Brown. He's going to uncork on Monday because San Diego, they've got Jason Verrett, questionable. Brandon Flowers, also questionable. He's in post-concussion protocol. They may have Steve Williams as their starting DB in that backfield. He's given up 15.5 yards per catch. What does Martavis Bryant do? Catch bombs. And, you know, he was out because he smoked the wacky tobacco. He's fine. And him and Vic are on the same page. I like Bryant. I'm also going with Vincent Jackson. And give me John Brown against those Hello Kitties from Detroit.
You're breaking my heart. See, Pierre Garçon, I love him as a person. So
Good dude.
See, that's why I shouldn't get in any kind
That's
of
why you
family
should play
fight.
fantasy. You
You
pick
know,
with your heart, man. It's about the money.
Yeah,
He's
that's
had
why I
Juwan
admit
Thompson every week.
I met him. You know, I met him at the Super Bowl. He's a really great guy with a great story. So that's why I don't belong in fantasy sports because I look up there and I go, I want Pierre because I want him to do well.
It's the sentiment.